go, what you doing in the lab, he wanted to know. I told him that I worked on stem cells embryonic, and he looked at me like I was smoking the chronic. You support abortion, is what he said. You want all those unborn babies dead? Man, way off, I shouted back. Stem cells ain't abortion, and that's a fact. But I did some thinking and I had to pause to try to figure out the underlying cause of this confusion about the way stem cells are made and how it got mixed up with Roe versus Wade. With stem cells, the scientific facts seem clear, but add in ethics, the straight lines disappear. It's black and white is what some might say. In reality, it's more like 50 shades of gray. Because when we talk in stem cells, we talk the question of life, where you know there's nothing going on but hatred and strife. In times like these, when facts and feelings collide, the best that I can do is try to provide some info and context and serve to add knowledge and recognize the opinions that I got to acknowledge. So sit on back and I'll present the debate, and you all can decide if I set the record straight. Ignorance is my one concern, that's why you must learn. Also, feel free to get up and dance during any point of this. I won't be offended. I'll dance for you. Don't sweat the technique. For hundreds of years, scientists wanted to know how to grow a cell like an embryo. In addition, the lab with every flavor of cell that plays a role in an adult's behavior, like the gods from Zeus or the Jews from Shem. This is the source from which all other cells stem. Now the thinking here is not to grow a baby, but to know what's possible and see if maybe such a priceless jewel could be used to generate the tissues and organs that disease in time ate, or come up with new models that serve to address all the sinister ways that diseases progress. For a long time, this theory stayed an ideal, despite the blood, sweat, and tears trying to make the dream real. Scientists realized the only way to recover stem cells was taking embryos straight out of the mother. Thing is, ain't no way we'd ever extract the fetus from a pregnant woman and adjust the fetus. So science turned to a new technology, inflicts way less with religious theology. They realized their clinics doing IVF were churning out embryos like a pastry chef. See, when sperm and egg get combined in vitro, you get more embryos, flights out of Heathrow. Some are used, but the rest stay stored, condemned to a life of being frozen and forced. So shoving them into the trap, selling all the black market for some sketchy cash. Scientists asked, could they use that stash as a source of stem cells? With no backlash, using leftover embryos that had mutated, they came up with a method to leave everyone safe. But almost right away, new problems arose that have kept stem cell researchers on their toes. It turned into a debate on the beginning of life and left us in a shootout holding up but a knife. But hold up, we gotta pause pro tempore since I really only given you a half the story. It's time to take a philosophical turn. That's why you must learn. Shout out to my man in the back dancing. What is life and when does it begin? Ask different folks and the answers rain in. And a biologist would say that a cell keeps dividing forever and ever, like the circle of life thing. But pose the same question to a guy like Freud and he'll tell you it's the soul that fills the void. Tell me what's NASA looking for out there on Mars? Or when they send those rockets out beyond the stars? Or how about all the signals being sent by SETI? Are they looking for ET or are they just the end? We can't even agree how life began on this planet. A primordial soup or the baby God planet? Speaking of God, the chats of Churchill's think life begins in conception. Oh yeah, don't masturbate. The Churchill puts abortion down to the letter. Says that working on themselves ain't no better. Claims these scientists are all just looking to kill and do evil work against God's word. So you can see it's hard when we try to find the many different ways in which life can be defined. There ain't no clear answer or ultimate proof, yet politicians think that they define the truth. I'm sure y'all remember the clone sheep Dolly had the whole world saying, oh my golly, well a bunch of haters saw her birth as a folly and came up with laws that continue to appall me. In '96, Congress passed Dickie Wicker, a budget amendment that made the red to beat the finger, and research of which a human embryo is destroyed. All this law did to keep lawyers employed. So when humans themselves were made for the first time, nobody knew if this was a crime. An embryo destroyed, but was it going anywhere to just leave it in the fridge? Is that really fair? Laws went back and forth to try to sort things out while the public's voice grew from a whisper to a shout. It's murder. It's progress came the chorus of voices, each trying to convince the undecided of their choice. Thankfully, the laws got a lot clearer, but opinions on both sides are being held even here. And unlike laws, opinions hard to overturn. That's why you must learn. Hey! Alright, we're almost done. We're almost done. Bring it back to this century. don't feel it, you can see it's hard to defend the use of stem cells and escape unscarred. I swear I'm not trying to be pro-life or pro-choice, but just to give my good friend science a voice. Should we try to help out those who are alive, or protect a birth that may never arrive? If sacred life begins at minute number 1, should we ban all stem cell research bar none? If research is allowed, then do we regulate? It's mission hardcore like Warren G and Homie Nate. Are there other approaches? Are there other approaches that can be found? Can we come to agreement and find common ground? All these questions remain with others yet to be raised, so we're provided some answers so your eyes aren't glazed. What's the next in this tale? I can't really say, just know that I myself have come a long way. So that's the story of how I overcame my surprise about stem cells and abortion. I came to realize at the end of the day, students are thinkers who aren't concerned, you aren't thinking. So when you look at stem cells now, what do you see? A potential cure, potential baby. I said my piece, now it's your turn to share what you must learn. Thank you.